Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. First thing I want to say is just like Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays. That out of the way, let's just jump right into the topic at hand, which is the Seer Edict. If you don't really care at all about edicts, then this video definitely isn't for you. But I'm just gonna specifically tell you how to get the Seer Edict. I kind of want to sort of explain my reason for doing this, as I had like a lot of debate whether I would actually consider making this video or not. Now, if you ultimately don't care about my reason, or for publicly releasing such a community shifting ability, I guess you'd call it, into the game, I'll leave a timetable on the screen so you can like pick and choose which parts of the videos you might actually be interested in. So now for my reasoning. Number one, I'm just gonna get this dead fish out of the water. Rogue Lineage is kind of just boring. Kind of a dead game to me. A lot of my friends don't really play it anymore. We moved on to different games to play. I just don't find it really that fun. Kind of just same old, same old. Just seems yeah, just same old shit on the repeat. Maybe this will bring a little bit more spice to the community. I guess, kind of to see what the reaction of the community impact. I don't know, whatever. Number two, I just kind of wanted to like outline how poorly the edict mechanic really is. In theory, it's like a really good idea actually. I absolutely like adore the idea of exploring specific methods over a lineage while maintaining patterns among steps, included unlock abilities, over different lineages or even just one, rather than like hibernating on a single account like most people actually do. It actually gives the lesser players like a reason to grind it out and specify them, I guess, in a sense. And like kind of gives people like a sense of priority over people who hold these like single lineage titles over a long period of time, like Roy Haru, for example. I don't know. But when they were put into the game, it wasn't really implemented very well at all. Like it was terrible. It was a mess. These abilities like became like secrets among like the higher ups in the community, like allowing people like flex their reputations and like easily access this information, all these hidden abilities with their clout. Meanwhile, all these like normal players have to spend like tons and tons of hours and hardly get any like amount of progress in comparative. It's just a really bad balance. Like people with clout get all this shit from it. They just flex, and like these like lower people, I don't know, they gotta work hard and they don't fucking get anything for it. And then if they find it out, they gotta like keep it like taboo in the low so they don't leak it, so like they can feel somewhat special in a sense. I don't know, it's just kind of like a mess. And not to mention the actual mechanics, like the abilities of these edicts are just like very unbalanced. Like for example, like Jester allows you to like skip time, pause time, steal silver, whatever the fuck. Ultimately, just lets you outmaneuver like someone completely, like dick on them for the whole day. Like Seer lets you just seize their fucking alignment or whatever. I don't even know what like the ability does. I'm not gonna be real. I'm gonna do a rundown later in the video. Just probably tell on the timetable. Like yeah, totally. Like he has abyssal skulls. I know. I needed double confirmation that he was chaotic. Thanks though. I can understand like edicts being like situational abilities. It's just like a bad imbalance right now, and especially with the difficulties not to get these things, like time consuming. Like oh my god, like Jester could be grinded out within a day or two, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know, of like really grinding. Meanwhile, Seer takes like a fucking week or so just to get like your first ability to reach the same amount of progress, man. With how much work you need to do, it just takes forever. Just because I don't know, it's just one of those things you gotta fucking spend so much time on. Same with like healer, I guess too. Healer takes a lot of time. It's not hard, but it just takes a lot of time. Especially Blade Master. Blade Master is a bitch and a half. Good luck trying to get the first ability on that. That takes whoever does that. Kudos to you, man. Also, like a small thing, no shots intended, but like the general information of them is also just the worst thing ever. Having like the main developers not even sure whether they're available or not sometimes, or like how do we know if there are other edicts out there that are unlockable that just don't have hint pages? Like looking at you, Raguzu, with your Shadow Tendril Edict. Can't wait for that. Or just like general consensus. Trying to get information on it is terrible. You try to ask a dev and it just doesn't happen. I don't know. It's really bad. And third, just the main reason really is the Seer's already been leaked for a long time. A lot of people know it. It's been going around. Like the community blew up this past week. Just like figured it out. Someone leaked it. They're becoming more dispersed. A lot of people are more specific in the leaking. It's pretty much out there. I'm just gonna make it official. I've been known to have this edict for a long time. People come to me, ask me a lot about it. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't care. I'm just gonna leak it officially because people are throwing it around anyways. Normally within the edict community, like a new edict user would appear every week or two. Just like one edict user would pop up every week or two. And now, as of recently, there's been like 10 or 15 new Seer users over the past like 2 or 3 days. Like I'm just gonna throw it out there. If I'm gonna be real. So now let's get into the actual method. So before I mention the method, I'm just gonna repeat this fact. as many people have messaged me and all misunderstood what the developers have announced about these edicts. I don't want to keep hearing this. I don't just get it out. I don't want to hear it. Me publicly releasing this edict won't magically disable or turn it off. The devs have specifically said they will only change or disable edicts if it is leaked through methods or sources that do not come or that do come from moderators or developers. Specifically, Arch has mentioned that in writing that he doesn't care at all if the edict is publicly leaked through means of like members within the community legitimately. And in turn, I'm not a moderator. I'm not a developer. I'm no one special. I'm just a part of this community like anyone else. I just play the game like normal. This is a legitimate leak, and in response for like publicly announcing it, it should not be disabled or turned off. I'm part of the community. It's a public community thing. All right, you feel it? You got it? All right, we good? We good? It's not gonna get turned off. We get turned off. I'll complain to fucking our specifically. I'll make a whole video. I don't know. I'll do something. Okay. Okay. So now on the screen right now should be two different like layouts of stats. This is now on the left, or I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it. The longer one, I guess. This is specifically exactly everything I did within one lineage when I first discovered and obtained the edict. But there were definitely like some shares I was like things I was like unsure that I actually needed. So when I did my own testing on like alts and like with friends and like because I was gonna tell them the edict anyways. As well as just like talking to other Seer users, I ultimately whittled down the list to the other steps that you see. The much shorter one, the more comprehensible. Now there's definitely some small things I'm gonna say here, which I'm not sure 100% on some things here. One is the obelisks. Like I don't know if you actually need those or not. I just kind of did them in every one of my runs, and so did all these other Seer users I talked to. So I can't really confirm if they're needed or not. But you probably should just do them anyways because they're pretty easy. The second one is a little bit more debated between Seer users is the trainer NPCs, such as like, do you need to talk to super or ultra trainers? I don't specifically know if you actually need these or not. I talked to someone who claimed that they actually missed like a few of them, like the Uber Abyss Walker trainer or like another one at Gaia. I still recommend talking to them just to be safe. I actually don't think you need them if I'm gonna be real, but I did them anyways. I'd do them anyways just to be safe. On my runs, I did. On my run, the only trainers I didn't talk to was Enebris and the All Dark. I did talk to him in the Tundra though, and the other guy I didn't do was the Uber Ray trainer inside his maze, but I still talked to him in his cave. Lastly, I'm just gonna point this out there again. Another thing that's been like super argued about among me and other Seer users is have absolutely no clue if the day requirement is needed or not. I did some testing. I seemingly couldn't get the edict in under like 10 days. So I couldn't actually tell if I was missing a step or two. The general rumors or consensus is like it's a 20-day requirement, which I'd actually kind of agree on because I got my edict on like day 24 or something like that. So just to reiterate, I would try talking to trainer NPCs, obelisks. I also outlined the C4 sheep in my steps. It was something like every Seer user did, so I was like, why not just throw it in there just in case you forget? Because I was actually progressing my edict while I was helping Revolu unlock his, and he completely forgot about like the C4 sheep, and he didn't get his edict because he just forgot to click on it. So I'd actually recommend for some of these like interacting with all these NPCs just to exhaust all the text if you can. I don't know if it's needed. I would do it anyways. So just some things here. Some things I know you don't need to interact with is the transgender flag that you can find in the game. I didn't even touch it when I got my edict. I still got it. Same with the collector. I didn't even touch that either. I originally had gotten brands on my first run, but another Seer user told me that he actually didn't even interact with the brand statue. So I don't think you actually need to even touch that either. The interactions made at the main Maima well. I don't know if they're needed or not. Me and another Seer user both did it, and we got our edicts, but I have no clue. I would do them just to be safe. Maybe test, see if you can find something out. I don't know. I would also kind of roughly include shop interactables on this list. I don't really know. I don't really have any proof to confirm whether you need to interact with them or not. I just did them on all my runs. It's something you just gotta test. Edicts are terrible for this. This is like the stupid part. These things take hours, and if you miss one thing, you don't know what it is. It's questionable design. Anyways, a small step that was actually shadow added halfway through edicts existing was that you now need to be a max Uber for edicts. Now I haven't confirmed this, but I would still do this anyways just to be safe. Every run I did with my friends, whenever we were in a max Uber, we never got the edict ever. So it's just safe to say you should do it anyways. Because of this, I'd actually recommend going like an easier class to max yourself out if you want to be fast with this. For this, I'd actually recommend like a sigil. The ultra is a little bit, not the fastest ultras, but if you can boost yourself, guy is actually really easy to progress in right now. But the uber is actually extremely easy to get. You just need a little bit of purity and run to a mirror and back. Get something to boost you, and it's super quick. In turn, like spy is also super easy. You just need some purity and weapon experience, or even faceless too. That's not hard either. I'd actually just recommend just going a class with like movement or having like an alt that can move you around really quickly too, or like a house. In my case, I had like an alt in Gaia that would just gate around, and then while in Kai, I just had a Dragon Rider just carry myself everywhere. Alternately, Azale works pretty well too. You just gotta be careful with like your lives in Gaia. When it comes down to doing like the edict, the fastest I've been able to do it is like roughly 7 to 8 hours, give or take. It can definitely be done faster depending on how safe your servers are or how much movement you have. It's just like the hardest part is surviving in Kai, dude. Like everyone's a savage, bro. Oh my god, bro. Try walking around the whole map talking to everything, and like people, you try to walk into like Maroc or Orsfall, whatever the fuck you call it, and like, dude, people jump on you, bro. It's not fun. Um, you can also take up to like 20, even more hours if you're really bad and you're like a solo player too. I don't know. Up to you. It just depends on how you play. I'd recommend having a house to protect you, but I'm like a solo player. I did this all myself. I don't know. It's definitely possible. It's not hard. Just time consuming. Um, yeah, good movement helps balance it out. So next up is coming to like progressing the edict and actually getting your abilities. Because when you actually wipe, you get the mark, but you don't get any abilities. Well, it depends on the edict. For Seer, you don't get anything. So there's a whole rundown of these and how these things actually work. Essentially, how it works to progress an edict is you need to completely do all the steps again. So for Seer, when you obtain the edict, the first thing you get, like when you get the edict, is you just get the mark. You actually don't get any abilities. To gain these, you actually have to progress the edict. So to progress the edict, you actually have to already have the mark, and then you just do all the edict steps again. Now, this normally wouldn't be too bad, but there's no real indicator telling you that you've been progressing at all, or like you have all the steps right. Because like normally you could tell once you wipe and you get the mark, you're like, oh, okay, I got it. But like once you have the mark and you like wipe again, you don't know if you actually got it because you already have the mark, right? So it's a little annoying once you get into your progression. I know somebody who progressed like 8 lives, or it was like 6 lives, and he ended up didn't wasn't progressing correctly at all, and it was just terrible. He wasted like 50 hours. It was so stupid. When it comes to progressing your abilities, you actually get them with the amount of wipes you've successfully completed with the edict steps. I'll have something to show for it on the screen so it's a little bit more easy to understand, but the amount of wipes completed will correlate to whatever amount of abilities you unlock, and these will like permanently unlock to your character, but you don't get them right as you spawn. They'll actually be unlocked and like given to you on the days corresponding with the amount of wipes you have, if that makes sense. It's a little confusing, but the example I'll show will make it really easy. So I was recording this video. Seer currently only has one ability at the moment, which is called, I believe it's called Analyze. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. You get it on your standard third wipe. Your first ability is what I've been hearing. I don't actually have this ability to show. I tried to progress it. I progressed to it before I recorded this video, but the edict kept like getting leaked and leaked. And I didn't want to get it out. I ended up messing up on my third progression wipe. I wasn't completely max. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. And I just couldn't be asked to progress it anymore. It takes so much time, and I just don't have free time anymore. And I just find like it's such a tedious grind. And it's not worth. It's not worth it. I don't know. It's not rewarding. Not entertaining. I got bored of it. I've talked to a few Seer users that unlocked the ability, and they told me that it's like more of a passive ability in a sense. Although I don't know if you get a tool in your hotbar or not. I don't really know. I asked someone if they could like do a little recording for me or like tell me about it, but he I guess wiped. I don't know. He completely wiped the edict off his account. I don't know why he was so stupid to do that. Just make another alt, bro. But like, he wouldn't even tell me about the ability for the video, anyways. I don't know. Uh, Supposedly it lets you see another person's alignment as well as like possibly even their weapon experience. I don't really know. I cannot confirm any of this. I don't have the ability, and I'm not gonna like say too much about it because I don't want to spread any like false rumors. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm just gonna leave you guys up to progressing it and sharing it. I'm sure someone will get it like right after this video goes on, anyways. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if this video blows up, I'll progress, get it real quick. I don't know. That pretty much wraps it up, though. If you have any questions, just leave them below. I'll answer whatever seems like reasonable, I guess. Or if there's any misunderstandings, I'll clear them up. Let me know if you what you think though, because I know all the edicts currently available in the game, and it'll kind of be like fun to explore those too. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not, because I kind of don't want people running around with Mediri. You know, you feel that? And Jester's not unlocked in the game yet, so I'm not gonna even talk about Jester. But like, I don't know. Maybe Blade Master, because Blade Master's a bitch to get. No one's gonna go for it anyways. Maybe kind of be fun just to like explore on. I don't know. I also have like a bunch of normal ganking videos and some small funny highlights or whatever I wouldn't mind uploading, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Rogue's kind of a dead game to me. I can't find time to edit. If I'm gonna be real, this took like me like 2 weeks to just sit down and record and upload. If you feel that, but yeah, let me know if you enjoyed. Good luck progressing and just like have fun, I guess.